Welcome to another episode of The Red Room. I'm your host, SHAY Samuels, and as always, I'm happy to have you here. As always, I'm happy to have you here. Listen, we have such an episode for you today, but before we go into it, I want to say thank you to our sponsors who do a fabulous job making sure that this show is continually going. We want to remind you to make sure you have a pen and paper handy because you're going to get some nuggets today from my little niece who's joining me. And I'm going to introduce her to you guys, but I want to make sure that you say to your friends, you need to get on. If they have young girls, teenagers, you need to get on. Let them know that they're going to be blessed today, that this episode is going to do something different because we have real people with real experiences doing real things. Listen, when I say I got my niece on today with me, I'm ready to have some fun. You guys don't get a chance to see much of the young person doing so many fabulous things, but when we grab them, we get them. We want you guys to experience them as well. So first, I'm going to ask my princess to introduce herself, and then we're just going to get into some aunt-niece talk, okay? We're just going to really bless some people today, okay? So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Nia. I am 12 years old. I live in Delaware, and my school that I go to is Gunnedah.
I love it. You see how she did that? You guys, I want you to know that it is important to train our children in the ways that they should go. The Bible tells us that they will never depart from these things. And I'm going to tell you, for our family, as you see, we are a very talented group of people. And I, for one, look, I don't want to see their talents go to waste. So if you have a child at home or you have someone at home and they are asking you, look, I want to do this. I want to do that. Don't grow weary in that, because if you don't allow them to, when they get older, listen, they're going to be afraid to do certain things. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So today, we just going to niece and on it up. We're going to make sure you guys get what you need. And if you have questions, even after this episode, we want you guys to get in touch with us. You'll see the information on the scroll at the end for the credits, but make sure you get in touch with us because we want to make sure that, listen, that your household is running seamlessly and your teens are getting what they need. So my first question for you, niece, is what do you like to do?
What I like to do is, my favorite hobbies and what I like to do is cook. I like to cook, and I am actually type of an actress type of person, so I love to act and I love to perform, cook for my family and everything. So I love to do all those type of things.
And look, she's good at it, y'all. Let me tell you, her mom will post up something in a heartbeat of something she's cooked, and she is such a professional. The one thing that I truly love about her is that she is an entrepreneur at heart. Shout out to her mother, my sister, who does a fabulous job making sure that she has what she needs. But the entrepreneur spirit comes from her. Even when I was growing up, I had a chance to meet her when I was growing up, and she used to do nails and she was doing hair and she was doing all kinds of stuff, a great dresser. And I just I kind of want to be like that. So how about I'm giving it back now to my niece who is doing pretty much the same thing. So let's talk about being an entrepreneur at such a young age. Let's talk about what it feels like to helping your mom set up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I feel like that it's very nice, and especially when my mom is actually, she sells body products and everything of that nature, Lucy's Garden. So I really think that growing up and having much experience of all of that is very nice, because that gives me actually a boost up for the real world and everything that I can have. I know my mom always gives me tips about how you can make money, little small businesses, and I have done small businesses before, and it's very fun, and I like the experience of it all. So I feel like, especially like you said, sitting at the table, it actually is really nice when you're with your mother, who's actually, like I said, entrepreneur, and I get all of that experience from all of my family, even my Aunt Shay.
So listen, this is how important it is. I want to ask you a question. How important do you think it is for parents or for kids to be able to express themselves as an entrepreneur?
I think that is very important. I feel like kids should not hesitate to actually go out and see what they want to do in life, because even if you think that you want to put something on a t-shirt, a motivational thing that kids will like nowadays, and I know that kids have plenty of stuff that they like to do, like plenty of shoes, dresses, hair products, everything that you can make up. And I feel like, yes, like I said, teenagers, even up to 19 to 20, even down to 10, you can always go online and go see what you can do when it comes to wanting to make something of your own, even if putting something on a little tiny t-shirt. I feel like that's really nice.
I love it. And so parents, it's important for you to hear your kids out, because growing up, we were always taught to kind of keep our mouths shut. Like we weren't able to say, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. And I don't think that our parents even knew how important purpose was to us. But as you can see, we're instilling it into our small ones over here. And she is really, really taking it seriously. I mean, she was young doing certain things like this. But again, we started off with training a child in the way that they should go. This is something that we're training them to do. They don't just watch us. Parents used to say, do what I say and not what I do. It's kind of hard for that to happen because kids watch what you do. Right. So if you're saying one thing and doing another, it's very, very, it's kind of discord, because now the kid is confused. You think so?
Yeah, I feel like that type of way too, because I know from me, when I was growing up, I see my mom do a lot of things, and I feel like everything I see my mom doing, and she's just like, you want to try something like this? I definitely do want to try something like that, because that actually gives me, until I was younger, I remember I was 5 years old at the stove cooking, even making little pancakes, baking, and everything like that. And I grew up, I made my own recipes, I made everything, and I'm still cooking for my family and everything like that, because I got experience and I see my mom doing these type of things, so I wanted to start doing these type of things as well. And that makes me my own personal chef.
I like it. And like I said, she's really, really good at what she does. So parents, we just want to challenge you. If you are raising a child, especially a young lady, you got to know that young ladies, we've talked about this before, that we have to put so much more into our young ladies. They have so much to see on social media that doesn't really match up to what we want them to be. We have so many people getting their faces done up, their bodies done up. And now what you see kids wanting to do is what they see on social media. That's the influence. So if you saw someone like Nia, Princess Nia is what I call her, but if you saw someone like Princess Nia on there who's cooking, who's setting up tables, her mom is teaching her how to even sell product. And I'm talking about doing good at it. How many products would you say you sold since you started helping your mom?
I feel like I sold a lot, especially from the social media. I definitely, even at school, people at my school, why is your face going? Why is everything? I said, my mom's product.
I love it.
And they actually like, oh, what do you use on your face? My mom's products. And I feel like I sold a lot of stuff, especially when they come into my mom, because even my mom's clothing line, she has a lot of customers of my friends and everything like that got some of her stuff, and they like, oh, Nia, look at my shirt that your mom made and everything like that. So I made my mom really good sales and everything. But I feel like if you just have the right influence and the right set of people to give that out to, then I feel like that your business, anything that you do, will bloom up. Just the right influence of people.
Listen, y'all are hearing this from a young lady. This is not just me saying to you guys, listen, this is what you need to do. This is a young lady saying influence is everything. If we had to title this show today, listen, I said that train a child in the way that they should go, and when they're older, they will never depart from it. But here's the reality. They also need to have the right influences around them in order for them to glow, in order for them to grow, in order for them to create. It is so important for us to do that. And here's the thing. On top of what her mom is doing, y'all see her here doing a show like this, and this is how the seed is sown. So when you sow a great seed into someone, the seed begins to grow. The Bible says one man plants a seed, another man waters, but God gives the increase. So because the seeds have been planted, she's just going to continue to increase. Do y'all hear that?
Yeah.
She's just going to continue to increase. So if you have a kid at home who's stagnant, when you ask them, what do you want to do? Will you ask them if you're doing something, even if it's just sweeping the floor? Listen, hey, come with me. It may be inconvenient for you, but it's such a convenience to their growing up. It's pivotal to the age that group that we're living in right now. This generation, you don't find this much, right, Mia? You don't. Do you have friends who aren't really entrepreneurial, and what are they doing that you see?
I feel like some of my friends that most of my friends even is very creative. I feel like they're really creative, and I feel like they do a lot of things, but some of them they like to just chillax and everything like that. Don't come up with good stuff because I have my one of my closest friends. She does hair. She likes to do hair and everything like that. And we be like talking about, you know how these generations they don't really do nothing nowadays. Like they do come up with type of stuff, but they don't do anything and they don't try to like promote any type of business. So I try to tell my friends that like you could do something. You could do stuff too. Even if you want to start selling lip gloss, reselling lip gloss, make your own lip gloss, you can do that type of stuff. Because I know me and my friend, we had definitely teamed up together, was trying to sell some lip gloss, bonnets, make our own type of thing. So I feel like what I do to my friends and people that go to my school is try to encourage them to actually start to do stuff to make money, even on a side hustle, anything that you can make money. Because even though you're a kid, doesn't mean that you can't make any types of money. Like
I love it.
you always can do anything at any age.
I love it. Now, listen, I'm not going to say she got that from me, but because the apples don't fall too far from the tree,
Mm-hmm.
y'all hear me say all the time, like, think big. Y'all hear me say, walk out your purpose, tap into your purpose. You hear me talk about this all the time because it is imperative, not just for you, but for the people around you. If her mom weren't identifying with her purpose, she would not be able to sow that seed.
Mm-hmm.
But here's one thing I did hear her say, and I love this. But I said to you guys before that you have to be around people who are like-minded. Those people will get you to the place that you want to get. She said that I encourage my friends to do something. I don't care what it is. And then she said, I give out the ideas. Let me ask you a question. Who is in your kid's ear? Who is in your child's ear? Who's in your children's ear? Who's in your ear? Because it starts there. I said the apple won't fall too far from the tree. You could be doing 1,000 unproductive things, and your child is picking up on unproductive behavior. The question I do have for my niece today, because I want to bless you guys with this. How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
Look, I could end the show right there.
Mm-hmm.
12 years old. You guys, let me tell you, there are people out there, Princess, who are in their 40s
Mm-hmm.
and their 50s, and they're afraid to walk out because they think it just won't work.
Right.
And then here you have a 12-year-old saying, I encourage you to move. So let me ask you this. I know that we're talking to the parents and we might be talking to some of the young ladies who are watching this show today, but I want to ask you to encourage. I know that you've been doing it the whole time you've been on the show, but give a word of encouragement first to the teenagers.
For the teenagers, do anything that you think and you believe that you can do. That's everything. Even if you don't think that you can do it, try your best to do anything in this whole world. You can even, like, I know this type of generation, I know people like, especially for my young Black queens, I know they definitely they like type of lip glosses, edge brush, anything that you feel like you can do it. I encourage you and I give you my strength and I'm passing it on. And I
love it.
I'm definitely, and I hope that I really do hope that anything that you want to do, you can do it. Just do it.
Now, I'm going to ask her this because some days can be hard. No matter how many times you put your mind to doing something, some days can be hard. So do you ever have a day where it feels like it's a bit harder, or maybe you get a little down because you didn't make a sale or something like that? Have you had any days like that?
Yes, I have. I feel like some days I feel like let's see, for instance, I did have a little type of company. I don't even know what you can call it, but I started something when I was younger, and I know at the time everybody liked slime. And I used to come up to my friends, hey, do you want some slime? And they're like, oh, no thanks. And sometimes I would have been like, can I do something more to want people to buy it and everything like that. Do I need to change? But I was just like, I don't feel like I need to change. I just need more of experience to actually try to promote my business more. And just because I felt sad because some of my friends was like, oh no, I don't want that and everything like that.
Wow.
I learned from that, and I learned from that, and that picked me up even more.
Wow.
For me to actually just keep on starting, and I tried different formulas.
Wow.
I tried different packaging that it can look really what's the right word for it?
Professional.
Yep,
Quality.
Yep, equality, professional, and I got really good sales from that.
Listen. She said, I didn't give up. I came up with something. I promoted it to my friends. They didn't go for it. And instead of me giving up on my product, I just started to understand what can I do better in order for me to get the product sold. Listen, even for you grown folks who are listening to this, you give up way too easily. You find, okay, this isn't working, and then I'm going to go to something else. That's just not going to work, instead of perfecting the one good thing that you have. This is my 12-year-old niece here today with me saying, yes, I've had that moment, but I didn't let that get to me. I said, I am going to go ahead and find another formula because I want to give my customers quality. I want to get, and she's selling kids stuff. It's not like she's selling like, to 40, 50-year-olds. She's saying, this is for my friends and I want them to experience the best of me. Can you write that down today? I want them to experience the best of me. So your kids have so much in them. Your kids have so much to offer this world. And if we're just going from school to home, home to school, some other after school activity just so that you can make the money to pay the bills, I get it. I get it. Everyone is out here trying to push. Everyone's out here trying to make it. And you might just think, I am doing what I can to pay the bills. But understand that what you're breeding a group of kids who just are going to do the same thing. And they have so much in them. And they're going to feel like, can you imagine not being able to sell something?
I could imagine not to sell anything. But you know what? Actually, I feel like even if I don't sell anything, I'm still gonna make up better ideas by every day. Every day, I'm gonna come back, and I know even if I go setback, I'm gonna come back 10 times better, 10 times better, and then I'm gonna keep on doing that by motivation, by motivation, and by motivation. I never give up, never ever give up. Even on some things that you want to do, never give up. I get motivated from my mom, from my aunt, from my cousins, and I get motivated, and it makes me come back even 10 times more.
Listen, come back 10 times more.
Come back 10 times more. Every time.
Come back 10 times more. If that didn't just bless y'all, come back 10 times more. Look, your legacy depends on it. Y'all have heard me say this over and over and over again. You have to come back. Look, you just blessed me with that one. Come back 10 times more.
Always.
Listen, I don't care what obstacle came your way. It is your child. If you had this child, you need to sow. I just told you, one man plants a seed, another man waters, and God gives the increase. Sow into your children. Ask them today, what do you want to do? What do you feel is in you that you want to create? Is it a coloring book? Is it some slime? Is it, look, if you are a person who's on the go, you have your own product, invite your kids in to be this mini entrepreneur. Listen, if they know how to sell, this generation, y'all have a bit of knowledge on. She said all of her friends are buying her mom's product. You may think that your kids' friends don't want nothing to do with your product. You are missing a whole generation of people to sell to. She said she comes to school and the kids, her friends are like, look what I got your mom's shirt on. Bring them to the table with you. Take them to those vendor opportunities with you. Make sure that they're helping you with the product. Don't just shoo them away because they're in the way. Make sure that they are involved in the ingredients. They could one day be your legacy. They could one day be your are they your taste testers? Can they, she said, when my friends asked me at 12 years old, why my face is glowing? And I'm telling them it's my mom's product.
Yeah. So
y'all are shooing the kids away because y'all don't want them in the way. But these kids want to be a part of it. I have to give a great big shout out to the producer of this show, Jerry Royce, live worldwide, aka the Batman. I can tell you that this man has engulfed his kids in every part of the production. I remember his son being one of the first cameramen for the Red Room, and he's grown now, gone to college and doing his thing. But I remember them sitting at the table and having conversations with his son, who was behind the scenes. And I'm talking about endless nights. We were in person before the pandemic doing about 8 shows a night, and he never complained. All he wanted was some pizza.
Yeah.
How does your mom pay you for your service?
She actually, sometimes I'm like, Mom, it's okay. You don't have to pay me or anything. Just, I do be asking, can I get a free shea butter with some type of thing? But sometimes she might give me a little bit of money, but all I do is just like, I don't need to get paid. I'm just trying to help my mom and just help her promote her business. That's all I want. I'll be like, it's no payment for that. It's all love.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to say this, you guys. We will have the information for this business so that you guys can support it as well. But I'm telling you, this is how much love is being put into that. And it wasn't even about the business. It was more about the spark of energy that she gives to promote herself and to love on herself and to love her mother and to love what her mother does. And I'm telling you guys to train your children in the way they should go.
Yeah.
Just because it's your vision doesn't mean that they cannot be incorporated into it. So if you don't take anything away from it today, come back 10 times harder. My niece said that. So I'm going to go ahead and say bye. Say bye to the people, Princess Nita. Thank you so much for coming on. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. Listen, you guys, tune in again for another episode of The Red Room. We have been blessed today. We'll see you guys until the next time. Mwah. Blow my kiss.
Bye.
Praise That's what I'm talking about, Lord. Thank you.